Oompa loompa doompa-dee-da. If you're not greedy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa loompa doompa-dee-doo.
We entered this reading camp a few weeks ago, and it's set up in a model to where we can co-teach together, and it's the first time that we've all got the experience. We work in the same county, but we've never got to work at the same school together, and now we get to teach in the classroom, and we have a really small number of students, so it's a lot easier for us to work in small groups with them and one-on-one, and it's a completely different experience than being in a 1-to-25 ratio when you have 3 teachers to work with 8 or 9 students in a small group setting. And we're also able to bounce off of each other in our whole group discussions. If I forget something in the discussion, then Amanda or Summer can throw in something, and we can keep students on task, and it's just been an enlightening experience because it's so different than what you see in the regular classroom. And we really feel like we've been able to lead effective instruction and really teach these kids a lot of things in a short period of time.
And we've talked a lot about the student learning. That's definitely the center of our focus here. And with Camp Read A Lot, there's so many different things that we've done with the students to try to help them learn in different ways. And one thing that we've really loved is the fact that but all 3 of us really had wonderful undergraduate experiences where we learned how to be creative and incorporate different strategies of reading. However, sometimes in the classroom it seems like it gets really traditional and very rugged and kind of just sterile with the different type of instruction. So the 3 of us have all discussed how we've really just loved being able to get creative and starting to understand again what it's like to integrate all the subjects into one. And it's just been amazing for us to be able to see how we might be doing a lesson totally not related to language arts, but the kids are able to pull in language arts with the reading and with social studies and science. And so they're getting to see things, and in return, they're able to get such a deeper depth of learning. And it's amazed us at a first grade level what these students are able to do, and we've loved being able to challenge them critically thinking because of that.
One of the biggest ways that we have challenged them is through our instructional strategies. We've pulled from numerous concepts that Dr. Haas has taught us throughout the graduate program, especially in undergrad. We have done things like the learning experience approach, See, Think, Wonder, the alphabet boxes were great. These kids have really benefited from all these different strategies that we've been using.
I like when we learn life cycles of animals. The life cycle of frogs. First they start as an egg, and then a tadpole, and then they grow their front legs, and then their back legs, and then they lose their tail, and then they're frogs.
We've had a great response. The children have been really upbeat and energetic. They love coming as soon as they get out of the car every morning. They're smiling, they're greeting us, they're bringing in facts, they're asking for homework. So they've been really, really wonderful and have actively participated in our program.
Haiku is 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second, and 5 in the last.
Anemones shock, they don't sing down fish ever. Looks like 2 knuckles. Sharks are afraid of dolphins and humans, but they attack small fishes.
We've been learning about the planets and our solar system. The stars, constellations, planets, the sun, and the moon. I kept reading and reading and reading and reading.
In the mornings, we have been coloring and reading like space books and all that. I think the best thing I've done so far is doing activities and reading.
I am an elementary education major here at Concord University, K through 6, and I will be a junior in the fall. I'm currently taking EPAT, the first time they've offered it during the summer, and I'm here doing my observational hours with the summer reading camp. EPAT is a way of teaching educational psychology, assessment, and technology that intertwines all the 3 and tells you about the link and the way that they can't be separated. I have heard scary stories about EPAT. But after I've taken it, I realized that it wasn't really that bad. I wouldn't have liked to take the classes separately because a lot of the information is related, and I would have had to have relearned a lot of the content.
We say let it go. We say let it go.
I think that they should definitely do the summer program next year. I think it would be neat if we could come more to the reading camp because I love working with the little kids.
I just think this is a wonderful opportunity for the community. It really gets everybody involved. It has the graduate students, our professors, the undergraduate students, parents, and students. So it's a way of kind of coming full circle and doing it in a fun and creative environment.
I would recommend it to anybody who's ready to work a little bit, but yeah, I would definitely recommend the program. My major is secondary education with a focus in social studies, and this summer I was given the opportunity to take the EPAT course. And EPAT is basically combining the educational psychology, educational assessment, and educational technologies together into one 8-hour class, and it was a real enjoyable experience. It was difficult, it was fast-paced, it kept us all involved, a lot of online work, a few meetings face-to-face to get everybody acquainted with the program, and it was a real enjoyable experience overall. There are definitely benefits to this program, especially for people who like a faster pace. It was very enjoyable. When it comes to taking over the semester, you know, it's a longer program and it might help some people out, but I enjoyed it being this fast-paced. I thought it was better just being so combined. I've learned a lot about technology and assessment. I didn't realize how important assessment was and how you can grade so differently. I just learned a lot about, and the technologies used in today's schools already was kind of mind-blowing in a way.
We were reading a book, and it's called Freak the Mighty, and it's really good.
Well, we have been practicing writing and reading, learning about ladybugs.
This program, it could not be successful without all the collaboration. There are college professors, graduate students, undergraduate students, public school students, and parents. And without the collaboration of all of them, this program could not be successful.
Throughout this program, we worked in the same classroom, and we saw tremendous growth in a couple students. We had a girl who did not want to participate, she didn't want to read, and by the end of the 8 days we were here, she was reading out loud and she was volunteering to be in the play. And also through this we saw how motivation really does help the learning process, because this wasn't sit down and do worksheets. We did more fun activities and the kids were very engaged.
We've learned many strategies that we can take back to our classrooms. I teach special education, and many of the strategies I've learned through the program I can definitely apply to my own classroom.
And I have also learned something which was surprising to me, because I teach chemistry, but I have learned strategies that I can take back, because that's one of my weaknesses. I don't really do a lot of reading in my classroom, but I have learned lots of strategies that I can now incorporate into my classroom and be a better teacher.
I'm in the Education Class 309, Dr. Hawks' class, and I'm an undergrad student. I'm going for elementary education K through 6, and I'm specializing in mathematics 5 through 9. And this week they are doing, they have the reading program Read Aloud, and each room has their own theme, and I am in the Willy Wonka room, which is fantastic. I'm with 2 graduate students that help the students promote, student achievements, and they use motivational strategies and instructional strategies to show the students a love for reading. A lot of the strategies, one that I really enjoyed was called the jigsaw strategy, and where you actually see the students become the expert on all of the content or things that they're focusing on. And within the movie, we had different themes and different sections. So you have the inventing room and the chocolate room, and each one went and created their own inventions and brought it back and shared it with all the students on how it worked. So instead of the teacher being the expert, the students were the expert. And it's a great strategy.
I had fun this week.
You can come and do this next year.
I will be back next year.